Hi, welcome to Sweet Pete's. My name is Allison Berenger and I'm one of the owners of Sweet Pete's. We're Jacksonville's only all-natural candy shop. Sweet Pete's is in historic Springfield in a 100-year-old Victorian house. We feature all-natural candies, which means that we don't use any hydrogenated fats, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial flavors, and no artificial colors. We're also proud to have a gluten-free kitchen, so everything we make here is gluten-free. We also offer lots of vegan products, including vegan sundaes. You can find more information on us at www.sweetpete.net, by joining our Facebook page, or by following us on Twitter, where we'll give you constant updates of new and exciting things in our candy land. Today, you're going to learn how to make lollipops at home. The lollipops are all natural. They're simple, delicious, easy to make, so enjoy the video.
Hello, my name is Peter Berenger, also known as Sweet Pete. And lollipops are a simple and fun type of candy you can make. And the interesting thing about lollipops is they can be made in all kinds of shapes and sizes. You can make them fit whatever theme you want. You can make anything from dinosaurs to unicorns or musical notes. So the possibilities are endless, and it's a fun and simple way that you can make candy or brighten up a presentation. And we're going to start with 3 ingredients. The 2 things we have in this pan now are filtered water and sugar. I have 3.5 cups of sugar and a half cup of filtered water. And then I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of glucose. The glucose in this case is needed to prevent the sugar from crystallizing. Anytime you dissolve 3.5 cups of sucrose into a half a cup of water, it's subject to recrystallization. So in candy making, we would call this graining. It would literally take on a grainy appearance. And so you don't want that. You want a nice translucent finish that you can see through and is bright and colorful. So in order to achieve that, we have to guard against what is called graining. So that is why we add the corn syrup, or in this case, you could actually use the organic corn syrup replacement made from tapioca. Performs exactly the same. So we are going to stir this until it is in a paste, as you can see. And I'm going to put this on the heat, and this is going to be cooked to 310 degrees Fahrenheit. In order to get that texture of a lollipop, you have to go over 295. If you hit over 320, you can actually take the sugar, you can brown it. So we don't want to do that in this case. We want to have a nice, clear consistency. So while this is cooking, I'm going to prepare the molds by spraying them with some canola oil. And this ensures that the candy will release once it is set. So we'll wipe this in with a paper towel. With hard candy, I like to put the sticks in first. The molds can be purchased at any supply store for candy making, or online. You could check places like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. They may have them, but they have to be rated for high heat or else they'll melt. You don't want to use any plastic mold for this because they cannot tolerate the heat. So now this is boiling. We're going to set this timer to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And again, that's going to wash down the sides of the pan. And in this case, any crystals on the side of the pan can be very dangerous to the batch. It can cause crystallization, or what is called graining. So that's why this is covered for 2.5 minutes. During that time, all the sides should be sufficiently washed down and we will be free of any stray crystals. You may want to pull the batch off the heat between the temperatures of 295 degrees and 300 degrees. The temperature will peak slightly after you pull it off the stove. You want to be very, very aware of what you're doing because candy burns are no fun. It's going to give you a nice burn if you're not careful. So it's always important to pay very close attention to everything you're doing. And this looks like it's ready to come off, so we'll take it off. Now we'll put in the color. The color in this case is red. and I use natural color. This comes from beets made by India Tree, so it does not contain any of the red 40. A lot of times you see titanium dioxide now in candy, and to me that should not be in candy. The natural colors you'll find are a little more challenging to work with. Finally, we'll put in the cherry color, or the cherry flavor rather. And you always put your flavor in last because you don't want to cook it off. You're going to lose some anyway when you mix it into the batch. And a good formula is approximately a half a teaspoon per cup of sugar. So we'll let this mix in. You don't want to over mix it because then you're in danger of graining the batch. As you can see, this pan has a little bit of a lip on it, which is good for pouring candy. We're going to slowly pour it into the cavity. For me, I find it is nice to be able to alternate cavity sizes rather, because I like to go from big to small and so forth. If I stick with small, it becomes a little difficult. One thing that you'll be left with is cleaning the pan. And so there's a couple ways to do this. One is you can either use a really strong Brillo pad, or you can boil it off. I prefer to just fill it 3/4 of the way with water and boil it off, and it comes right out. I always demold the smallest ones first because of they're going to be ready first. Some of these will have a little outside edge, so we're just going to trim it with a sturdy pair of scissors. And you can see we have all kinds of shapes and sizes. So you'll want to package these pretty quickly, because on a humid day they will begin to get sticky very quickly. You probably have 30 to 45 minutes as a window of time to package these. My first goal is to get them into the bags, because the sooner you do that, the less danger they are in from the elements. If they're sealed right away, they will last a few weeks, depending on the time of year. They tend to do better this time of year. In the summer, you have maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and they begin to melt.